You've probably seen videos like this before. Some guy's trying to put a rat down the hatch, but the rat's too big and he chokes. But snakes have managed to swallow whole prey many times larger than themselves. So today, I'm going to answer a question. Why can a snake swallow prey many times larger than itself without choking? There are several reasons for this, but the first reason is definitely unique jaws and jaw bones. You see, our jaws are made of different bones that have all fused together. The lower jawbone, also known as the mandible, consists of a left and right side that are connected in the front by a ligament, and in the back, these two sides are attached to the skull on either side by our ear. Joints allow us to talk, chew, and swallow food, but it also prevents us from opening our mouths really wide. In fact, our mouth can only open up to about half the width of our head. Now, compare that with snakes. The lower jaw bones of snakes are connected by an elastic ligament in the front, but not in the back. It's more like each corner of the mouth is attached to the skull with ligaments instead of being fused to one another or to the skull. Because of this, a snake's mouth can open up to 4 to 5 times the width of its head. Also, the upper and lower jaws of a snake are connected by ligaments rather than bone. This gives the jaws extra flexibility when swallowing prey. But wait a second. If a snake's mouth can open really wide and its teeth are curved backwards, wouldn't the prey just fall out? Well, it turns out that a snake's jaws also have interlocked joints between each other. These joints allow each side of the jaw to bend and flex independently, and these flexible jaws have curved teeth that help grip the prey as it's pushed down the throat. Basically, the teeth on each side of the jaw act like a hook that pulls the prey into the throat. And since each side of the jaw can move independently, it's almost like the teeth are walking the prey into the mouth bit by bit. This next reason is the expandable skin and muscles. If you look at a snake swallowing its prey, you'll notice that the skin around the head, neck, and body gets stretched out like elastic as the prey is swallowed. This would never happen in humans because we have hair, and our skin can't stretch very far. But snakes don't have any hair around their heads, and their skin is very stretchy. This is important because the prey can push against the stretchy skin as it's being pushed down the throat. Also, a snake's ribs are connected by ligaments rather than being fused together. This means that the ribs can spread apart, and the rib cage expands along with the rest of the body. A snake's ribcage expands during breathing, but it also expands when swallowing large prey. This next reason is the movable windpipe. As the prey is pushed down the throat, the mouth gets completely blocked by the prey. If a human tried to swallow something large enough to block the mouth, we'd suffocate because our windpipe is attached to the throat and there's no way air could get in or out. But snakes can breathe through their mouths, nostrils, and even their skin. And snakes have a windpipe that can extend forward like a snorkel to allow air to flow over the lungs even when the mouth is full. This is how snakes can keep breathing while swallowing their prey. Humans can hold their breath underwater for a couple minutes, but a snake can keep breathing while swallowing its prey for many minutes or even hours. That's why you see some snakes regurgitating part of their meal or doing a death spit. Sometimes they just need some air. So to summarize, snakes don't choke when swallowing large prey because their jaws, skin, and muscles, windpipe, and stomach are perfectly evolved to handle the large prey. Speaking of the stomach, the powerful digestive system is the next reason. As soon as the prey enters the stomach, it's met with extremely strong acids and enzymes that start breaking down bones, fur, scales, and almost the entire prey. Human stomachs only have an acid level of 1 to 2 pH units, but snake stomachs range from 1 to 3 pH units. That's 10 times stronger than human stomachs. This is important because if the prey had bones in it, those bones would be dissolved by the strong acids in the snake's stomach. Also, snakes have both an acidic and enzymatic form of digestion. This means that the snake's stomach acids break down the prey first, and then the enzymes finish the job. Acid alone can break down parts of the prey, but enzymes increase the rate of digestion by providing the ideal environment for chemical reactions to occur. Chemical reactions that break down the prey. Enzymes speed up digestion by lowering the activation energy required for the breakdown of molecules. Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy required for a reaction to occur. Without enzymes, molecules must collide with enough force to overcome the activation barrier and break down the bonds holding the molecule together. This requires a lot of energy and takes a long time. However, with enzymes, the activation energy required for the reaction to occur is lowered, allowing the molecules to break down more easily and speeding up the process of digestion. Enzymes are proteins that act as catalysts, which speed up the rate of chemical reactions in the body. They do this by lowering the activation energy required for the reaction to occur. For example, proteases are enzymes that break down proteins into amino acids, which can then be absorbed by the body. Also, a snake's stomach can expand and stretch to fit large prey. Human stomachs have a limited capacity, but snakes don't have that problem. Once the prey has been dissolved, the nutrients are absorbed by the lining of the small intestine. The small intestine is where most of the nutrient absorption occurs in the body. The inner lining of the small intestine is folded into millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi, which increase the surface area of the intestine and allow for more efficient absorption of nutrients. The villi are covered in cells that contain transport proteins that move the nutrients into the bloodstream. The bloodstream then transports the nutrients to the liver, which distributes them to the rest of the body. A snake's digestive system is also capable of handling large meals. For example, a python may eat a large animal that weighs several kilograms, which contains a lot of undigested material, such as fur, bones, and horns. The snake's digestive system is able to break down and absorb the nutrients from the meal, while also eliminating the indigestible material as waste. So to summarize, the snake's stomach is lined with extremely strong acids and enzymes that can break down large prey. And the stomach can expand and stretch to fit the large prey. So in short, snakes don't choke because their bodies are perfectly evolved to handle oversized prey, from jaws, skin, and muscles to the windpipe and stomach. Thank you for watching. Please like and share if you enjoyed.